Hey everybody, Jared with Second Life Design. I'm going to start doing some tool videos. I posted another video the other day about some Festool stuff and seemed to get some good feedback and good responses. So I'm going to start doing some videos on all my tools. Not so much review things, like kind of reviews, but more of just kind of my thoughts about them. Would I buy them again? The tricks I use with them. We'll just kind of go from there. Each one's going to be a little bit different, but just kind of more of an in-depth look at common shop tools. There's a lot of tool videos out, but I think I can add some good information to them, and hopefully it'll help some people. So we're going to kick it off with my big miter saw. I have a big DeWalt, I think it's the 780. It's a 12-inch dual sliding, dual miter, dual bevel, everything. The biggest DeWalt saw you can get. I've had it for about 6 years. Had a lot of good experience with it. And I want to tell why I'm getting rid of it, why I'm moving away from it. So I'm just going to stick with it. Any comments, leave them below, and we'll go from there. Thanks. Okay, this is my miter saw. This is the DWS 780. That's the model number. I think that's still the same one. This is the big DeWalt saw. This is the 12-inch blade. It is a slider. It is dual bevel, dual miter, all the bells and whistles. It's got the XPS light. I think it's just XPS is what they call it. It's an LED light. It shines the light on the wood where you're gonna make your cut, as opposed to a laser. Yeah, so I guess I got this when I got this a few years ago. I've had it almost 6 years now, I think, maybe a little longer. For the type of work I was doing, I wanted to get the biggest saw I could get, just for the most capacity. I wasn't doing any really fine furniture, and just doing a lot of rough cutting, and this was the biggest you could get and the best, and that's what I went with. It's got a really big capacity on it. I mean, it's big. I mean, that's the whole thing. I built my benches around it. You can kind of see I've got workbenches going either direction with it. Yeah, I've got, it's 8 feet on one side and 7 on the other, 5 on the other. So I've got a lot of in-feed and out-feed support. Yeah, I can get some long boards on here and I can cut them. I mean, it's got an incredible cross-cut capacity. Being a slider, it has a lot of capacity. It can go out a long way. The precision is not, I'm not gonna say the precision is bad. It depends on the type of work you're doing. If you're doing really fine furniture work, or you're doing a lot of case work where you want to cross-cut panels that are 14, 16 inches across, this may not be the best for that. It's not really its intention, but that's what people use it for. So, I mean, I did, everyone else does. That's what they're for. I mean, you can cut pieces that are 14 inches wide and it'll do it. Is it incredibly accurate? No. Is it good enough? Is it beat having to drag out a table saw if you're in a small shop? Yes. I mean, you're talking on a 16-inch panel, you may have an eighth difference. That much wiggle room in it. So it's pretty good. Not incredibly the best. It's not a Capex. It's not the big Festool miter saw. The dust collection is okay. Let me slide her over here. I've got it hooked up with a regular shop vac, like a small 4-gallon shop vac, going right into the back port. Going right below. I've got it hooked up to an IVAC switch, so I kick on the saw, and the vac runs for 6-7 seconds after. So it works pretty good at that. I did find right away that it didn't seem like I was pulling as hard as I wanted. I was getting some air loss in it. This tube, you pull this tube out, it's wrapped in tape. There's a bunch of vents in here. And it was losing a lot of suction right there. Why those are there, I have no idea. I can't imagine why. Maybe it's for a noise thing, it was whistling or something. I don't know. I've taped them, and it made a noticeable improvement in the dust extraction. It's still not 100%, but it's pretty good. Everyone knows miter saws are kind of the biggest offenders of dust in the shop. This one's no different. What would improve it the most is to improve some kind of shields for the side. If you were just 90-degree cutting, put some guards, some baffles on there to really focus all that dust right into that chute. It would make a big difference. I do a lot of miter cuts with it, so it was never really feasible for me to do that because they have to go on and off, and just didn't really work out. Putting a vac on it and putting, taping up the tube, it is 75% better than nothing. It's not going to be the best. It's not, like I said, it's not a Capex. It's not going to be totally dust free. Pretty good. Why I'm going away from this? It's really big. All it's sliding is to the back. So from your fence all the way back is like 20 inches or something. I mean, it's actually more than that. By the time it clears the vac hose, it's almost 24 inches. So in a bigger picture, what this has caused, I had to build benches around it. I did that. The benches are really big, they're beefy, they're awesome. It worked well for the type of work I was doing at the time. I wanted a lot of storage, I wanted a lot of work area. My benches here are 36 inches deep. So they're good size, they're really too deep. I can't even reach my thermostat. I have to use a little stick to adjust the temperature because the benches are so damn big just to accommodate this saw. I could have done something and made it, really kind of tucked it up against there even further, but I wanted free motion of the hose and everything when I was cutting, and this is kind of how it ended out. I have 36-inch deep benches, and I only have about 7 inches of space forward of the fence, so it's really big. It's its downfall to me right now. It's not its downfall to most people. At the time it worked well for me. Now it does not. I'm kind of shifting towards more kind of fine furniture, a little bit more accuracy needed. I'm going more to an MFT style setup. That's what I'm going to be switching to. I'm still going to have a miter saw. I'm actually just going to get the non-sliding version of this. The accuracy for doing just the chop saw function is really awesome on this thing. It is, just for doing that, just doing straight cuts, it is awesome. For doing miters, it's great. When you add in the addition of the slider, and that's when the accuracy is off just enough to irritate you. It's the wiggle in the overall carriage. It's nothing bad. It's just enough to where it's not the hyper accurate that if you want your really accurate results, that's what you need, and this won't do it. Again, don't want to bash it. This would be a badass saw for a lot of people, but for the type of work I'm doing now, it takes up too much space. That's the biggest thing. I'm actually going to rip all these benches out because, as you can kind of see, the benches have just become a catch-all for junk. Because they're so big, I can't really use them to work on, so they just get paint cans and other crap set on them, offcuts, and I don't like that. I'm going to take all these out and go to a more mobile miter station, kind of the mobile cart style, and have this all be lumber storage, slab storage. Go from the floor to the ceiling of slabs. That's what my hope is. So, I hope to be not misleading with anyone. This is an incredible saw, a lot of power. I think you can cut a 4x6 in one pass. That's a monster saw. It's incredible. They've come down a lot in price. I think they're still the top of the heap as far as price, but the one last note, the XPS system, the light part is awesome. If you've never seen it or experienced it, it's got just a big LED in here. So just an LED light in there. All that's doing is shining down over the blade. What that does is it casts a shadow on the wood. It's the shadow of the blade, so you can see exactly where. Readjust my tube here. So you can see exactly where that cut is going to be. So, no calibrating lasers, no nothing. Also, I like visibility, so this just lights up the whole work area. You can see exactly where you're going. I don't know if you can, let me see if I can zoom in. You can see like the undulations where the teeth are, where the light is that much brighter. So, this is not a new technology. This saw has been out for a long time, but if you've never taken the chance to see it and use it, it's pretty awesome. I used a Capex. I use a Capex at work. the laser's fine, but it doesn't, you know, this, you're used to this and you don't want anything else. It just lights the whole work area up and works pretty awesome. So I guess that's all I can really think of right now, guys. Pretty awesome saw, it's just really big, really damn big. If you're using it for a lot of different things, it's gonna be a good DeWalt saw. If you are not doing as much miter cuts anymore or big panel cuts, may not be the best option. So I'm going to do some more tool videos. If there's anything specific you want to see, let me know. I'm going to do some more Festool stuff and maybe something on my big planer. Any other questions, drop them below. Please comment, like, subscribe. That really helps me out a lot. I need the feedback so I can put the videos out that you guys want to see. Anything else, follow me on Instagram at Second Life Design, and thank you.